This is Matt for Behind the Gloves. Today we've been joined by Rachel Ball. How are we doing, Rachel?
I'm good. I've literally just jumped out the shower. I got home 15 minutes ago, so sorry.
No, it's fine. Thank you for taking time out of your day, obviously, to give us this interview. I spoke to Ebanie the other day, so I thought it's only fair giving you your time as well. So yeah, huge fight that's been announced November 14th, Ebanie Bridges. How happy are you that you've got a mega fight now on Sky? And it's not only that, it's for the WBA bantamweight title. How pleased are you?
So happy, so happy. I can't wait, and I didn't think I'd be fighting so soon this year. You know, with everything going on, I thought, well, maybe it'll be next year, but I did want to get back out again this year. So over the moon. I can't wait. I'm enjoying the build up already. We're having good banter on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. So yeah.
Did you ever envisage after the fight with Shannon? Obviously, you came off a career best win, and you were linked with obviously getting a little bit of a step up. But did you ever envision at the time that you could be fighting Ebanie, because you two get on so well, and it's quite evident to see that? And it came as a surprise to me, and I think a lot of people.
It was a surprise to me, to be honest with you. Like, when I got the phone call, my coach was like, yeah, WBA world title. And I was like, okay. And then he was like, guess who against? And I was like, I don't know. He was like, no, guess. I don't know. He was like, Ebanie Bridges. I was like, couldn't believe it. Like, I swore at him. So I was completely surprised. Didn't expect it. I don't know. I didn't really. I suppose I didn't really see myself getting down to bantamweight anytime. I would say anytime soon, maybe anytime ever. So I never really expected to be fighting Ebanie, to be honest with you. But unless you stepped up to super bantamweight.
Yeah, it should be a really interesting fight, that, and a good jealous styles. Obviously, from the British fans' point of view, we see little clips of Ebanie. A lot of people obviously see a presence on social media, but the clips you do see, she seems a very come-forward, aggressive fighter. And obviously, you've proved your worth in that fight against Shannon, where there was, someone coming in at you and you've delivered. Does it change preparation if you're preparing for someone who you get on with? Did you find it different at all?
No. It's the first time I've been in this situation really, where it's like somebody get on with and know at a bit more of a personal level. But no, it hasn't changed anything. It's which I kind of surprised myself really, because I'm kind of one of these people, like, I've got quite a big heart, and I'm very much a people person. But yeah, I've just got to focus on what I've got to do. If I mess this up, it could be the end, of my career. So I've got to get on with it, and I've got to do the job. I've got a job to do. Yeah.
I'm going to say, because I think the time we spoke, you were sort of adamant of you want to win a title. So that's like sort of the extra thing on top of this, that you're getting to fight for the WBA title. What will it mean to you to win a world title, for yourself?
Oh, God. I don't even think I can put it into words. Honestly, I don't think I can put it into words. Like, if it happens, like, I'll definitely be ugly crying. Do you know what I mean? That's definitely on the cards. But yeah, I can't explain it. I honestly can't explain it. Unbelievable. Yeah, I'll have to see how I feel when I get there, because I just can't. Oh yeah, just thought of it.
Because you were emotional after the Shannon win, so imagine if you obviously do as you want and you get that win, the emotion that you'll feel at that time would just be incredible.
I know. I just keep thinking, thank God there's paramedics there, because if like I pass out, like hopefully they'll just stretch me off into the back somewhere, and there'll be no cameras there. So God knows what my reaction will be this time if I do get the win. Yeah, when I get the win.
I spoke to everyone, so got down to the nitty-gritty of, although you are friends, obviously you're both going to back yourselves to win this fight, obviously. So I asked her what she thinks about the fight. She thinks she'll win by knockout. So asking you now, how do you win this fight?
Win by knockout. I think Sorry. I think Stoppage. I think Stoppage, and gonna go for round 7, round 6 or 7.
Brilliant. So you're both predicting a stoppage, so that could only mean fireworks on the night then.
Yeah, it's gonna be that way anyway. You know, we're both really determined people. We're both game. We both take everything. You know, behind the smiles and the banter and the laughter, we're both very, very serious people and very dedicated. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be a tear up in there.
Brilliant. I think it's definitely going to be a fan-friendly fight, which, I mean, it's a brilliant card, the 3 fights that have been announced.
Oh, yeah.
I was, honestly, when that came up on the screen, I was like, I was absolutely, like, gobsmacked that you were fighting her. Absolutely.
I couldn't even breathe. Like, I was not okay. Oh, God, yeah. Like, you know, I haven't met Terri yet. You know, I've spoken to her a couple of times online, but I haven't actually met her. So I'm really looking forward to meeting her. I'm looking forward to seeing Katerina again. Obviously, she was my former opponent.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, the woman herself, Casey Taylor, like, oh, God. Oh, probably have a heart attack, like.
Have you not met Katie before then?
No. So I imagine I'll be very, very squeaky and sounding very, very yummy for like West Midlands.
Yam.
Yeah, yummy. Yeah.
Providing, obviously, you do get this win. I know fighters always say we don't look past who's in front of you because anything can happen and you never sort of predict or plan your next couple of fights. But say you do get this win against Ebanie, obviously it's be a dream for you to win the world title and you're doing it on a big stage on Sky Sports. What would be next for you? What would you want to do after that? Because obviously the goal is to get the title, but what would you want to do after that? Would you look at wanting to unify? Would you look at, you know, possible rematches? What would the next step be for you after that?
You know what? I've just got to, especially when you're a woman, you've got to kind of take what's given to you in some respects. And I think people think that I have all the choices in who I fight, and it's not really my decision. You know, I leave it up to my manager, and obviously we're working with Matchroom now, so it's, you know, when I got the call to say about this fight, it was like, this is who you're fighting. So to be honest, I'm just going to have to wait and see. I'm going to have to wait and see. And I've just accepted that life is a massive whirlwind, and just to go with it and just keep training. That's all I've got to do. Just keep training and everything else will fall into place.
You mentioned, obviously, before, I think last time we spoke, obviously you worked in social services, but you've progressed to, you've elevated to like a dementia-friendly role, haven't you? I think it's a lot to do with dementia awareness and things like that. Are you still managing to do that and train, or are you on time off at the minute? How's your schedule kind of working, fitting in with that?
So at the moment, I'm still working within social services, but instead of being a social worker, I'm a little bit higher up. So I'm kind of more supporting the social workers and doing their one-to-ones and stuff like that, and quality checking their work and stuff. So for me, I'm less frontline now, which, to be honest, I wanted to do because it was the role that I wanted to do, but I'm less frontline, so it's better with my growing profile, to be honest with you. You know, it's good to keep those boundaries.
Yeah.
But I'm still working from home. I've been into the office. Yeah, I've been into the office or on a visit. I can count it on one hand since March. So it's working out really well, because sometimes I'll go to the gym for like 6 o'clock in the morning, get home about 7:30, quickly eat, and I can get like 45-minute or an hour sleeping before I go to work. Otherwise, it's a very long day when you've been up at like 5 o'clock. So it's working really well because I get to rest a lot more. I'm not stuck in traffic. So I know people like ask me a lot about my work and, are you going to give it up? But, you know, at the end of the day, it's a good, stable income. You know, I do enjoy it. It's my passion. And, you know, it's not like I'm lugging bricks around like some of the lads at the gym, you know. I can essentially just sit on my sofa and work, you know. I'm still resting. So, yeah, I'm happy with my routine and how everything's going, to be honest.
Yeah, something I had down to ask you, obviously, dementia awareness, it's appeared on your Instagram. You've been wearing the badges to try and bring, you know, your platform to try and bring awareness up and stuff like that about it. Can you sort of give us an insight as to why this is so important to you? Is this obviously plays a part in your job role, but why is this so important to you to get that out there?
I think for me, I see it so often where people don't want to talk about dementia because it's awful. Yeah. And then their mum or dad or grandparent, they go into hospital, or they're beginning to have symptoms of dementia, and they don't know what to do. Right. You know, for instance, if somebody with dementia, when they go into hospital, they can become very, very confused, and they can suddenly become, and they might not recover from that as well. They might not be able to manage their finances anymore. So I'll get phone calls saying, I'm trying to just shut the electricity off for my mum, and I can't. I'm like, well, yeah, because you haven't got lasting power of attorney. So it creates a lot of stress for people. When they don't know about it, they don't know their options. People don't know about different funding streams, any benefits that they're entitled to. And it's because people don't, and I understand people don't want to talk about it because it's awful, it's a horrible disease, but we can make the person's life so much easier if we know how to be dementia friendly, how to approach them, how to speak to them, you know, taking pauses in between when you're speaking so they can digest the information. But also for families, it makes it a hell of a lot more streamlined and less stressful when they know how to cope with, how to cope with it, how to manage things a bit better, just the practical sides of things, knowing what equipment you can have at home, what technology could potentially help at home. You know, it becomes very, very stressful because you're dealing with the practical sides of, say, running your own household and somebody else's household when they've then got dementia, and dealing with the emotional sides of losing your loved one whilst they're still alive. So I just want people to get talking about it, and to make decisions about what kind of care they want when they're older, if they develop these kind of conditions. And I just want to put it out there, get people talking about it, get people more understanding about it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant. Obviously, you see a lot of people now with the mental health side of things coming out. I mean, Tyson Fury is a huge advocate for mental health, and I'm sure the work he does inspires others to, you know, sort of smash that stigma and stuff like that. And I think if you can use your platform to bring a little bit of awareness to dementia and things like that, it can only benefit everyone. Yeah,
exactly. And I think people write people off with dementia. You know, they say, oh, they're losing the marbles, they're losing the plot. You know, there's still a person in there, and it's our job to, you know, approach them with the dignity and respect that they deserve, and you know, to go about ways to try and bring back that person that they once were through reminiscence, through music and things like that. It's just so important, and it's just about knowing and a bit more knowledge and experience in it.
Well, coming back now to the fight, we've sort of gone a little bit off topic, but I think it was important we sort of spoke about that, because I know you wanted to bring awareness to it, so it's important for, I think, the listeners and the viewers of this, they can then see from your aspects, you know, maybe something they didn't know and it might help them. Coming back to the fight, we mentioned the build-up, and there's been a lot of banter. How much are you enjoying that interaction over social media, the back and forth with Ebanie, the little comments here and there? I know she's been saying she's enjoying it, and it's a good laugh. Does that make it sort of almost fun for you leading up to this fight?
Yeah, it's a good laugh, isn't it? You know, I'm all for a bit of banter, and that we didn't really have that leading up to the Corny fight. You know, I never spoke to her ever before. So, you know, it's good to have a bit of banter, and she has messaged me saying like, oh, thanks for the banter, like, you're cracking me up, kind of thing. So it's good. It's good. I think it's fun for everyone. Yeah.
I see you've nominated her to wear that wardrobe malfunction that we saw.
Yeah. Obviously, like that crop top, like, it was not fit for purpose, was it? So when somebody like tweeted saying, I've heard that Arajo's sports bras are going to sponsor the fight, I was like, yeah, Ebanie's going to wear one. Yeah. So thanks, Ebanie, for being a good sport and volunteering.
Yeah. I think the commentators in that fight, if I'm not wrong, tried to pass it off as though there's something wrong with his shoulder as well. I think.
Yeah, they didn't even know, like, they couldn't even think of the word like strap.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my shoulder thing's coming. Ooh.
Struggling.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Right. One thing I like to do before we go and before we sort of wrap it up is get a few predictions on some fights coming up. So let's have a run through. So Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez. Do you have any thoughts, opinions on who's going to take the win in that fight?
I really do like Lomachenko, so I'm going to say Lomachenko.
Yeah. What about Alexander Povetkin versus Dillian Whyte? Another one in fight camp that caused a huge, I think, it caused a huge upset, really, considering how in control Dillian was in that fight. Do you see Dillian putting that right in the rematch?
I think so, yeah. I think so. At the end of the day, with the heavyweights, I don't think people kind of think about it, but when you see a heavyweight walking the ring, you're like, Jesus Christ, they're really big blokes, and if any heavyweight was to hit you or I, we'd probably be dead. That's a fact. So, for Dillian to get hit with that shot and, get knocked out, it is what it is, and I'm sure he'll rectify that. But you can't take it away from him. It's the nature of heavyweights. We all know what it's like to take a punch, but Jesus Christ, off one of them, like, next level, isn't it? Really, it
is. I think what was good about that was the way he handled the defeat. I think there's a lot to be said for coming out and saying, you know what, I just got caught. But then, within I think an hour after, when he was speaking to Eddie, he was like, "We're going to do this rematch, aren't we?" So it's, I think that shows a lot about him and his character, to be honest with you. And it's good to see someone who's had a hard fight, or like that fight where he was in control and got beat, wasn't bitter about it at all. Just like, it's the nature of sport, and that's what happens.
Yeah, you've got to be gracious when you win, but gracious in defeat as well, haven't you? And
absolutely,
it's when you are. So fair play to Dillian for handling himself and conducting himself the way he has. Yeah.
Right. The big one that everyone wants to see, Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. Who do you have winning that fight?
I think Fury will do it. I think his movement's too good for AJ. And I'm not taking it away from AJ because, obviously he could knock me out. But but I think Fury will do it because I think he's a lot more experienced. He's a bit older. Really, he just moves unbelievably for a big guy, for a heavyweight. So, and I think AJ will present some problems with him because he's, a phenomenal talent, isn't he? But I do think Fury will do it.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for joining us, Rich. Appreciate you giving some of your time. I know you'd only just come back in.
No worries.
It is appreciated. Fingers crossed we can catch up on fight week. We'll get some more content and views and see how things are going in the lead up to your huge fight. So thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Not a problem. Cheers.
Hey Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do so by clicking this icon right here, or else